All right, so we are presenting with Tania Sterl of Sterl on Style. She's a personal stylist, speaker, and published writer. Tania combines her 18 years experience as a woman wear fashion designer with her intuitive approach to style to create a signature style according to one's unique personality, your profession, your lifestyle as well. And Tania's mission is really to elevate a woman's image, or actually I'd kind of like to say a person's image, because I know that we got some guys on this call as well. So I'd like to bring the guys into that. So elevate a person's image by getting them dressed and ready to be seen as the experts that they really are. So I am going to put myself onto mute, and I'm going to close my camera, and I am going to hand it off to Tania.
Great. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, thank you and welcome everyone. I know it's been a wild ride out there. Everyone's in very different situations right now, from being self-employed to employed to perhaps recently being let go. So as NAWBO, the National Association of Women Business Owners, the New York City chapter, we have great leadership with Elizabeth Foster, our president. She said, how can we bring more programming and learning online to help support? Our main focus is women business owners, but a lot of this information will pertain to any business person. So we just welcome you onto our online learning. Glad you could be here today. So I got a little cheeky with the title, From Pajamas to Productive. How many of you felt like you just want to stay in your pajamas for the last week? From pajamas to productive. So it's basically what to wear working from home so that you can stay in a productive and positive mindset. And like this, we're connecting online, how to present your best self online while you're working from home. And in this new virtual world, we're all connecting and communicating in. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. This has been my mantra for the last 2 weeks. As Elizabeth mentioned, I'm a personal stylist and an image coach. And 2 weeks ago, when the shit hit the fan, pardon my French, I honestly lost a little meaning in anchoring in what I was doing. Style is superficial. Who wants to go shopping now? It's the last thing anyone's thinking about it. Then I came across this: no matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. I got re-anchored in my purpose as a personal stylist, realizing that I can share my expertise, because after all, clothing should be used to bring support, bring comfort you at these times, and also to give you that confidence to be seen and get through really rough times. So on those days when you just want to stay under the covers, just a friendly reminder to get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. And the good news about our style, about what we wear in our image, is it's actually in our control. There are many things out there that are out of our control right now. And we have to keep in mind our choices, and we have to keep in mind what are some of the things that we do have a little bit of control over right now. And your image is one of them. What you get up and dress up and show up in, you have control over. And we're going to dive into that. So just a little bit of perspective right now. And you're totally allowed to stay in your pajamas all day on a Sunday if that's what you need to do. But what you put on your bodies, you have a little bit of control of these days. So just to give you an overview, we're going to talk about what a strong personal brand style can do for you right now online, how to use your image to continue to build your connections and your reputation online. We're going to go over some do's and don'ts of what to wear online, what to wear from home. We're going to talk about the energy of color, really how color and your clothes can affect your own mood and mindset and others, especially during this time. We all need to stay as positive as possible. We're going to talk about working behind the scenes, working from home, some fashion formulas. And then we're going to talk about Showtime. Like right now, this is Showtime. We're showing up online, we're connecting, we're being seen on Zoom. Like me, I'm creating YouTube videos. I don't know how many of you out there are creating content, but I'm calling it Showtime. What you can wear online to shine. So again, it goes back to, right? How many of you raise your hands or in the chat box? Yes, this is me. How many of you, this is your daily norm, right? Getting up, hopping on the computer, who can I connect with? What's in my inbox? What's in my emails? Keeping up with your clients right now, keeping up with prospects, keeping up with potential people you were supposed to be doing speaking engagements with. So right now we are living in that virtual world. So just a little thing about style. You can use your style as your marketing tool to stay connected, to build trust. And your style is all about you. It should express the uniqueness that is you. And we're going to get into that, how to craft a personal brand style. Use it to leverage your online presence. Now more than ever, connect, gain followers, keep connecting online, especially out for LinkedIn. And you're going to use your style to energize yourself and others. You're going to use your style to elevate your presence online, elevate, what you do, and expand your networks. It is possible during this time. I heard a great quote. I was on another Zoom call this morning. I'm actually part of a collective, a stylist collective, and we all collected online. And it was creativity thrives in times of crisis, right? So when the whole world turns upside down, that's when brilliant books are written. That's when people sew and stitch masks at home. So creativity thrives in crisis. So now it is absolutely time where you can energize, elevate, and expand your networks and your influence. Because absolutely every one of you on the call right now is a leader in their own right. And I would love for you to just throw in the chat box right now your area of expertise. Are you a yoga instructor? Are you a lawyer? Are you a real estate agent? Are you a business coach? I would love for everyone right now to just throw in that chat box, like I'm a personal stylist and image coach. I just want you to throw in that chat box. Ooh, Elizabeth. Oh, I can see the chat box. Yay, Elizabeth, I can see the chat box. A language learner, interior designer, brand strategist. Oh, someone in fashion. Irma, welcome. Acupuncturist, yoga instructor, facilities manager. That's a tricky one because if you're not physically in a facility managing it, that could mean something different for your focus and pivot right now. A freelance illustrator, language learning. Oh, events management. Yeah, I can imagine what you're going through with what we went through with NAWBO. All of our live events we've been bringing online. Fashion, acupuncture, architect, beauty for everyone. Thank you, Christina Wepner. Oh, Carol Davidson, a fellow stylist. We were on a call earlier. Yep. Carol Davidson, stylist and life coach. Bonnie Halperin, welcome member. She's also a NAWBO member. Resume and LinkedIn profile writer. Bonnie, share your information, Bonnie, with everyone. Now's the time to update your resumes and your LinkedIns with Bonnie Halpern. Nicole is a professional dancer. I've been on calls where professional dancers, my friend is continuing to take flamenco classes online. Nalini says right now she's a strategist coach and just wants to be of service any way she can. An illustrator, a consultant for consultants. Oh, great, Laura Burford, a consultant to consultants. Diane Neustad, Director of Operations in a financial insurance firm. Okay, so see, we have a real blend and mix of creative entrepreneurs, coaches, event planners, some people in finance and corporate. Ooh, an art gallery owner. Wow. A friend of mine works in an art gallery, and I imagine you may have had to close your art gallery to the public recently. So, right, how are you going to continue showing up online? How are you going to continue Your area of expertise, absolutely know that your area of expertise is what the world needs right now. People need art as that feel good. People need the coaching. Fellow NAWBO member, she's also in my mastermind group. She's a CPA, tax and financials. Sally, I cannot imagine how busy you are right now. Helping people to get a handle on their finances for that peace of mind. So I just want everyone on the call today. Like 2 weeks ago, I totally was like, what I'm doing is not meaningful. Yes, it is. That's why I'm leading this call today. That's why I'm leading you to say, dress up, show up, and never give up, because each one of you has an area of expertise that everyone needs right now. And each one of you, what people need right now is certainty. They need confidence, and they need leadership. And that's why, thank you, Elizabeth, for pulling out the leadership with NAWBO and creating this online learning. So that's where we want to start, because tapping into your unique area of expertise also taps into your image and your personal brand and how you're going to represent that through your style as your marketing tool. So you can continue to connect with your audience and stay connected. So what does that look like? So think of your style as your marketing tool. And here's what to think about right now. Some of you can be like, oh, I don't care how I'm showing up online. I'll just show up in my sweatpants. And yeah, 2 weeks ago, I was on some Zoom calls where some women were like, I'm just happy I showed up on this call. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. Forgive me. Fine. It was a social call. It was a social Zoom call. 2 weeks ago, we were all just like, oh my gosh, trying to survive the aftermath. But we're 2 weeks later, and now we have to focus on the positive, the things that we can control. So again, your image, what you're wearing, presenting yourself online. Here's the benefits. Here's really the benefits to showing your best self online. Your personal style is your marketing tool. It shows and represents your value, the value you're bringing as a yoga instructor or financial advisor. It's commanding the respect that you deserve, be a respected leader and expert in your industry. It's also allowing you to connect. People are going to want to connect right now with people who look positive, people who look healthy, people who look happy, right? We're all here to just keep each other going. Your style can speak to your credibility, right? When you go online and you're looking for a financial advisor, you're going to connect with someone who you feel like is credible and trustworthy. It builds trust. Again, like I said, use your clothing to create that confidence. If you're having a wobbly day, bam, it can make you appear confident. And also leadership. This happens to be a picture of one of my clients, Genevieve. Here's what her image does. I want you to just throw in the chat box for a moment. Her image, what is her image saying to you right now? What is her image saying to you right now? Tell me some words that describe her image. For those of you who can see it, sorry, I know it's on the right. Confidence, boss babe. Ooh, I love that, Nicole. From Laura, confident, boss babe, happy. She looks happy, secure, in control, polished, a friend. She looks like a friend. That's the other key to our image right now. Look approachable and warm to your audience. She knows how to charge her worth. Love that. Driven, I got this. So see what a strong image online can do for you. And based on this, she worked in nonprofit. Now she travels the world as a motivational speaker, helping other people to find what makes them, their purpose and their mission. So before this all went down, she was booked as for speaking engagements, because every time she shows up online, she looks driven, she looks confident, she looks polished, she looks friendly. She's going to continue to get more future speaking engagements, continuing to show up online looking this polished. And even if it's a webinar like this, or even if it's in 2021, because we do have to have something to look forward to. We will get past this challenging time. So think of those cues and think of how you can use your own image and style as a marketing tool. Because what can happen when you don't? You know, things can happen if you don't. A lack of visibility, false impressions made about you. If you show up online tired or not wearing makeup, you might look drained and washed out. People might think like, oh gosh, is she okay? Instead of, or is he okay? Actually, it's funny. Elizabeth remembered a board meeting last month. I had a sinus infection. I showed up to the board meeting. I couldn't wear makeup because my eyes itched. I didn't have lipstick on. I was wearing white. I'm so pale and washed out. After the board meeting, Elizabeth said, darling, I just have to ask if you're okay. And I said, oh my gosh, I think I'm getting a sinus infection. So imagine in the board meeting with 8 other people in the room, and here I am talking about ideas of how to increase membership and how to engage our members. People are probably looking at me going, is she okay? Is she okay? Is she okay? You don't want your appearance to be distracting. You want your appearance to be attractive, not distractive. So thank you so much, Elizabeth. You know, and we all get that one-time forgiveness, but we don't want false impressions made about us, our expertise. And if you don't keep your image up to date, you might be perceived as outdated. You want to make sure that you're being remembered in the right way. Bottom line is, you don't want to miss opportunities. You don't want to be passed over and miss opportunities. Because right now, dressing better is better for business. Right now, it's just continuing to make those connections and contacts. How can you serve? How can you connect? What can you provide right now as a service provider? And show up as that expert and stay connected. And everyone has a little bit different personal brand style. Ellen DeGeneres, she's known for her very smart, you know, man-tailored look. I don't know if any of you know the 2 Dope Queens out there. Now we need humor and entertainment more than ever. I highly recommend their podcast, 2 Dope Queens. They're hilarious. But they have a very specific personal brand, right? Fun, urban, funky, sophisticated, humorous. To people like Deepak Chopra, we could all use a little Deepak Chopra right now. What's interesting about his image is he brings that, you know, Eastern philosophy of meditation to the West. So he's wearing an indicative Nehru collar, which is very traditional for men's Indian garb, but he's bringing the Western edge with the glasses and the cool t-shirt. So think of these cues of your style to indicate a little cue into who and how you are. I don't know about any of you, but Iris Apfel is one of my icons. You know, well into her beautiful, you know, wisdom, her shocking gray hair. She continues to be seen as a fashion and style icon. Look at her fun colors, her glasses. So take cues from your own business. And we're going to do a little, ooh, that was interesting. We're going to do a little exercise because each of these have their own personal brand imprint. And the good news lately is the look of leadership is changing, one person at a time. From the first female NFL coach to Malala in her hijab to our first African-American lady. So the look of leadership is changing. So now more than ever, when you as a woman or a businessman or a man get up, dress up, and show up, you're actually showing other people what's possible. And from people like Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo, she's also from India, so she wears a scarf, right? She combines the traditional suit with the scarf. So think of these cues, and I want you to all take a minute in the chat box. I want you to think about what you do differently, what you bring to the table that you do differently as the financial advisor, as the interior designer. For me, my brand, I'm known for, you know, joy, vibrancy, expression. That's my approach. So I would love for you, and I want you to write these down for yourself on a Post-it note, your 3 words. Do you bring comfort? Do you bring confidence? Do you bring peace? Are you the humorous one? Are you the joyful one? I want to hear from you in the chat box right now. What are your 3 defining words? What makes you stand out as an expert right now? And we're going to use those words to cue into different style cues of how you can express that. Me as a stylist, I'm expressive. Sorry, I'm just having a little, bear with me with the technology as well. Okay, where did everyone go? I want to hear chat. Joyful, knowledgeable, fun. That's Irma. She works in fashion. Who else out there? I want to hear from you. Creative from Nicole. Creative, unique, energized. And as you listen to these words, imagine what's coming to you. When you hear the word creative, you picture something different when you hear creative than you do trustworthy, right? Elegant. Ooh, Christina Wepner. Elegant, detailed, smart. Think of what comes up for you visually when you hear these words. This is where we're going to do a little telltale into your style and dive in. Self-discovery, personal story, joy from within, genuine, joyful. Ooh, and help people find the good in themselves. Professional, conservative, trusted. Smart, sassy, authentic. See, sassy has a very different word behind it than conservative. Doesn't mean you can't be conservative and sassy or switch between both. Clarity, focus, spunk. Oh, I love this one. Clarity, focus with some spunk thrown in for good measure. So see how each, ooh, beat to my own drum. Real, effective. No, from Nadej, knowledgeable, resourceful, creative. So I want you to write down these 3 words on a Post-it note and remember that. And it is going to help you every morning to re-anchor into what you bring others and why others want to connect with you and be around you. Thanks so much for sharing. So that's where I usually start with my clients is, who are you? What's your role? What's your goal? What do you represent? What do you stand for, right? And then I can paint the picture about their style. The other thing to ask yourself is, who's your target audience? Who are you looking to connect with? Now, I know these are 2 very extreme examples. You've got Sheryl Sandberg and you've got Jeffree Star, makeup artist. Sheryl Sandberg, leader of the Lean In movement, author, Jeffree Star, makeup artist extraordinaire. They're each catering to a slightly different audience. So what I want you to encourage to do with your own personal style and your image is to relate to your audience, but still stand out in your own right. I wear something very different when I do my live presentations to, say, a group of lawyers or a group of financial advisors than I do if I'm in a room with creative business professionals. I might bring just a little more fun, but I'm still putting my own slant to it. So keep your target audience in mind. Think right now who you're seeking to connect with, who knows someone who you should be connecting with. So right now, like Elizabeth said on the call, right now it's not about hard selling people. Right now it's not about forceful cold calling. It's about, hey, how can we connect? We have something in common, right? Because that's where the connections are going to happen. I was on a call last week with a woman who helps people with special needs. And I know someone who has a sibling with special needs. Did she and I connect over fashion? No. She and I connected because she said she knows and can help someone with special needs. So just think of your target audience right now and who you're looking to connect with. This is one of my clients, Sonia Santra of Modesize. I highly recommend follow her on Modesize. She's doing a lot of motivational mindset tips right now, and she's offering some free coaching. So she's a fitness expert and mindset expert. But when I style her for like her live engagements, I like to put her in like a blazer and a jacket. But usually she's in her aerobics wear. So I combine that for her image. This is another one of my clients. So that was then, this is now. Now, granted, that was then, she was at work. They didn't tell her they were going to be taking profile pictures that day. And they just said, we need a picture of you to put on the intranet in the company's website. So she wasn't really prepared, like, you know, she looks good, but this is the same person. This is the same person a year later. I partnered up with Alyssa Peak of Peak Photography. She's my go-to photographer, personal branding photographer. And when I met with this client, I started there. What are your 3 defining words? And let's see how we can, you know, bring that out in your style. We wore color, and notice those 3 pins. She actually loved the Marvelous Miss Maisel. She loves the 50s, and she collects all this vintage jewelry from her grandmother. So I said, you know what? You work in finance, you work in strategy, you work in, I said, we're gonna bring a little bit, sorry, I'm going between the chat box and the screen. We're gonna bring in something that's gonna make you unique. So I said, did you ever take these 3 pins and just cluster them together and wear them together? So think of these visual cues to help you to stand out. And it's all about where you are now and just who you want to connect with. And I will tell you a success story. She was actively online. For those of you who might be in between right now and actively job searching online, update your profile picture, make sure it has color, go through your photos, look for one with color. Within a week of updating her LinkedIn picture, she was reached out by a company in California. She lives in New York City. They went through the whole interview process online. She's now working in their New York City satellite office, and she got the job all because of the attention her new picture grabbed online. So right now, don't be discouraged. Don't be like, oh my God, now is not the time to look for a job. Absolutely, if your online profile picture on LinkedIn is strong, people are going to notice you, want to connect with you, and that's the power of your image. So again, think about your target audience, your ideal clients, whom you need to connect with, and whom you want to attract. Because ultimately, dressing with intention, you can absolutely attract and magnetize people and opportunities to you. That's the power of your personal style. So I want to hear from you in the chat box. What do you think the woman on the left does? And what do you think the woman on the right does? I'm sorry, we're going to start with the woman on the left. Open your chat box. What does the woman on the left do? I want to hear from you. Great. What does the woman on the left do? She works at McDonald's. She's in IT. She's a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she's an artist. Admin. Works at McDonald's. Advertising. Engineer. College student. Now, what does the woman on the right do? Fun boss. CEO. It's the same person. Yep, it's the same person. She's an interior designer. She does high-end sales. She's a speaker. So see the difference? This is the same woman, 1 year apart from each other. This is my client and friend, Jessica Pereira of JPD Studio, and she runs her own boutique website and personal branding design agency. Her focus is women in business and nonprofits. And she said, Tania, I want to go from that, you know, behind the scenes graphic artist to founder, CEO, and leader of my company, JPD Design Studio. So not only did I style her over, I styled over her whole team. So when people land on their website, they see this strong team. Not the team before that maybe looked like they were, you know, travel writers, which there's nothing wrong with being a travel writer, but they wanted to be seen as a creative, professional boutique firm. So that's the power of image. We're going to go through some tips and tricks, and then I want you to think about how you can elevate your style. Number 1, wear color. When you watch television, people on TV, news anchors, they're wearing color. Why? Color energizes, it enhances the natural color in your cheek. Avoid black and white. Black absorbs light. It's going to make you look drab and dark and washed out. So wear color. See what a difference just a little pop of color does? So if you have a lot of black in your wardrobe already, just pop a little color blouse underneath it. And that goes for you gentlemen too. Pull out your colorful shirts and ties. That was then, this is now. Which image pops to you? Which image, if you are clicking around and looking for a financial advisor online, who would you want to connect with? The woman on the left or the woman on the right? The woman on the right. It's just a little more engaging, and ended up styling her for her personal branding. This is Ruchi Pittenger, financial advisor, and we redid her website. So now she looks colorful and vibrant, and she speaks to her audience. She attracts media personalities, women that work in spa and beauty industries. She attracts women that work in fashion. So again, that's keeping in mind your target audience. Before, maybe that wasn't the right audience she was attracting. Now she's drawing the right audience. And it doesn't mean color has to be like, oh my gosh, in your face color. This is my friend Smith Banfield of Clear Space. So she creates calm and peace in your home by living with less and curating it beautifully. So colors can be calming and soothing. You'd think, okay, wearing black with a pop of color is the answer, but look at the difference. That beautiful purple. And she looks beautiful online. So again, we're connecting, not just continue to think of your audience and continue to think of events, right? Right now, NAWBO, we're hosting this event, and this event is online. So while networking was happening in person and you thought, oh, what should I wear showing up to that network event? Or, oh, I'm at that network event. Who do I want to connect with, right? Certain people pop out to you in the room more than others. It's the same thing. We're in the same playing field online now. Continue to connect online. Get dressed up as if you're going to that networking event. We're gonna, about 5 more minutes, and then like Elizabeth said, we're gonna open it up to some Q&A at the end. So this is what I'm calling Showtime. So just some do's and don'ts about Showtime. If you are like this on video calls, interviewing, unless it's a client that you've known for like a really long time, you should still show up presentable. So the don'ts are even positioning your on the floor. I do recommend, and I'll mention it at the end again, Alyssa Peak Photography. Right now she's offering ways and tips to set up your at-home computer. She actually helped me. I walked all through my apartment and was like, Alyssa, where should I set up my laptop? Because lighting, background, that's all important. So reach out to Alyssa Peak Photography. She's giving free tutorials on that. But baseline, online is Showtime. So do sit upright, make sure your laptop is level, best to have natural light on your face, and do wear color. Do wear color online. Avoid sitting on the floor, staying in your pajamas, and being schlumpy. And there's nothing wrong with wearing prints online. I'm wearing a pretty print blouse right now. It has just a little splash of color, and I am shocked to see more and more newscasters wearing print online. As a fashion, fanatic, I'm always looking at the runway trends, but I'm translating them in a way that's relevant to my clients, right? This isn't about what are the trends, I need to look trendy, and then in a year it's gone. It's about finding those trends. So my trend report is I am seeing more and more prints showing up online. Now more than ever, it's so fun to be a woman because we have more options than ever. So prints are okay. They can pop online. What I will say is avoid black and white. Avoid high contrast prints. Avoid anything like small and busy, stripes, dots. See even on the screen how it's like, whoa, I don't know what to focus on. Too much print and pattern. And the woman on the right, it looks a little fuzzy and pixelated. So avoid black and white, but you can go for color and print. But just avoid these busy black and white prints. Do have a picture. Do have a picture. The first break of trust is not having a picture. I will have people reach out to me through LinkedIn. I'll go to their profile. If they don't have a picture, I usually don't connect with them. It's the first break of trust. So if you were looking for, a financial advisor or lawyer or an expert right now, who would you connect with? Person on the left or the person on the right? So do have a profile picture and make sure it's updated. Make sure it represents who you are. Look this is the same person. Now, granted, that was her company picture. Again, they didn't even tell her, it's in black and white. That's what everyone in her office sees on a daily basis, right? On the internet, on their intranet. This is the same woman. A little bit of makeup, hair, a little bit of jewelry, a little bit of color and print goes a long way. What I will say about makeup and jewelry, makeup, is it just makes you look rested. It makes you look healthy. It makes you look vibrant. This isn't about like, woo, you know, glamour shots. This is just a natural, healthy glow. Use your glasses, right? Use pieces, statement pieces. For me, I was getting ready to call and I was like, ooh, which glasses should I wear, right? I was like, I could wear these, or I could wear these. See how each one has a little bit different perception? But I said, you know what? I want to wear my really fun glasses. They're purple and red. They bring up a little bit of the color in my blouse. So because we're communicating from the waist up, we're communicating here. So how are you going to frame your face? Eyewear, a little bit of cheek and lip. And what are you going to wear on top? Wear yoga pants, you know, wear comfortable stretch pants on the bottom, but frame your face and think about the waist up. Working from home, there is, I want you to Google this. It's called enclothed cognition. There's brain science behind what you wear, how it affects your productivity, your mood, and your mindset. So a little test for you. One day, stay in your pajamas all day, or maybe you've done it in the last week. How productive were you that day when you stayed in your pajamas or stayed in bed? Then the next day, put on a dress, put on heels, or put on a jacket, put on jeans, put on fun sneakers. I have these fun little leopard sneakers I wear at home. See how much more productive you are. Because you're working from home, you have to separate downtime from productive time to showtime. Downtime, stay in it. But when you're in productive time and you're in showtime, this outfit is going to energize you and delineate. I'm so crazy. I wear 3 different outfits a day. Pajamas, then my workout clothes, then productive time, showtime. And when I'm done, I'm going to take this off at the end of the day and I'm going to put back on my cute little loungewear. So I look cute for my husband tonight and it's going to make me feel good. So we're working from home. So the way to delineate those times of day is by your outfit. It's going to change your mindset and it's going to help you delineate your routine, which is very important right now, is to anchor into a new routine. And you can do that by changing up what you wear. So these are some examples of some lookbooks I've done for my clients. So I do them all digitally and online now because we're living in a virtual world. So the beauty of this is I photographed these outfits for my client from her closet last year. And now she's like, Tania, I'm in a slump. I don't know what to wear. I'm working from home, but I still need to show up online. So boop, boop, boop. I was able to email her images from her lookbook and go, day 1, wear that jacket, wear that necklace, wear that top. Day 2, you could wear the same jacket, but just switch up the scarf. So right now, be smart about how you're spending your money. Make more with less, shop your own closet. Line up 5 outfits that you're gonna wear for the next 5 days and make more with less. The beauty of what I'm doing right now for my clients, it's not about shopping a lot. It's about what are those 5 items. I'm shopping for 5 items for my clients. Online, I email it to them. I'm like, boop, boop, boop. Here's 5 pretty colorful blouses. You can order and get now and feel good so that every time you're showing up online, it's a little bit different. I even coordinated different scarves with different jewelry. Just think of shopping your own closet right now. Take what you've learned from this presentation and line up your outfits. Footwear, it's amazing what a pair of pumps, how different that can make you feel working from home. I prefer to work from flats, but separate your outside workout shoes, if you're still going outside for your workouts, from your indoor flats. It's gonna keep your home clean and sanitary. But get out of the slippers because a good flat is gonna activate you. So your homework is to go to your closet, line up 5 different outfits, 5 different tops. So you have 5 outfits ready for your next Zoom calls and showing up online. And if you don't have them, boop, 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 go online. Yellow blouse for under $50, click, and then you got a little feel good for you. If you have no idea where to start, that's what I do too. I can help you with that. And that goes for the gentlemen too. Line up your 5 outfits. You're going to continue to engage online through your websites, through your Facebook, through your LinkedIn, through your Instagram. These are all ways to continue to connect with your audience. Because after all, right, we all want to connect, stay vibrant, happy, and healthy. And you never know where it could lead one day. This is my client, Marisa, right? She's usually in a freaking hard helmet and a vest. Why? Because she works in metal. She's worked for years and years in the medical equipment industry. And now she takes old equipment that was going to be thrown away, makes sure it gets to third world countries so that women have access to mammogram testing. So she is literally saving lives. So one day she said, I'm going to do a TED Talk about this so I can tell the world how to create a difference. And lo and behold, she did it. She created a TED Talk, and now that TED Talk lives online on YouTube for the world to see. So she is continuing to be seen as an expert, to be seen as a leader online. So I want you to take that away. You have to have a little something to look forward to. I know right now it's just hunkering down and getting through the next week, the next month. The news is changing every day, but we have to have that little bit of outlook of what can we do now to serve, and what's that outlook. So just some takeaways: delineate your days, get out of your pajamas, get up and dress up. It's baseline. It shows that you care and care for others. And I want you all to put in the chat box, what is one thing you're going to do differently? What is one thing you're going to do differently? What are you going to wear that's different? What are you going to do differently? I want to hear from you in the chat box. And then we'll open it up to questions. And to thank you all for joining, I invite you to connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. It's all at Sterl on Style. I would love to offer you a free virtual review. So connect with me through my website, sterlonstyle.com. I can help you find those 3 to 5 power outfits right from your wardrobe. And I also have a newsletter, so it's all at sterlonstyle.com. And thanks for joining us here at NAWBO.